Behind me is Chobe Safari Lodge, and if I turn, this is Chobe River and basically Chobe National Park, and later on I will take an evening cruise on the river and we will see what we can see. And since I have some time before we leave, let's take a walk around the lodge. It is probably one of 2 or 3 highest priced lodges around here. One night is well over 200 USD. But you are on the waterfront. They also have a very good restaurant, not cheap by the way, swimming pool, gift shop, and so on. And you can actually see wild animals right here, like this warthog. I also saw a meerkat, and if you are lucky or unlucky, depending on the situation, you can encounter some crocs here as well. Of course, I did not stay here, not because of the crocs, but I found a pretty good guest house less than a mile from here for about 1/3 of the price. This is hotel in Kasane, where I am staying, and it's kind of like an oasis in the neighborhood. We have a pretty good fence here, electrical wires on top, and behind this neighborhood construction is Chobe River, Chobe National Park. Hello. This is how it looks on board. There are several providers here in the town of Kasane, and basically the whole town depends on tourism. There is really not much else. And the town took a major hit during the pandemic, so it's good to see that visitors are coming back. And my boat mates today are a group of German tourists with their own tour guide and bus driver and so on. Good for them. No headaches with looking for a place to sleep and looking where to go to eat.
You all see the green boats? Yeah. By those tall trees. So that's the military camp or the park rangers camp. So they've kindly asked us not to take a picture of the camp as we.
So this is our competition, I should say. There are quite a few providers, as I mentioned earlier. And what do we have here? It looks like a juvenile crocodile. Let's have a closer look. Where is he going? Looking for food, I guess. What else? And exploring. And the birds are not really intimidated, but they do know what to do when he gets closer. And some antelopes. Yeah, on the right. Let's get closer again. And what are they looking for here? Ah, here we go. Licking some salts, minerals. Very, very interesting. And someone else is joining. And of course, several boats came closer. But it's time to move on. I see another boat. And what are they looking at? Let's check it out. Oh, it's a crocodile. Much bigger than the juvenile. And it's pretty difficult to see it. It has almost the same color as the brown dark roots of the tree. And there is also a huge number of aquatic birds, as you can see. No wonder, because there is available food. And also I see several crocodiles, one on the left and the bigger one on the right. And I don't know if they are hunting or just opportunistically sitting there waiting. And here is a pod of hippos. It's a group of hippos, family of hippos, and in the back behind them you can see an elephant up to his knees in water. And there is quite a few of the hippos. Hippos are one dangerous animal. They kill several hundred people every year in Africa. You would be surprised that it's not just the lions. Hippos and buffaloes actually are quite dangerous. But when you are on a boat in the distance and you see them like this, they do look quite peaceful, don't they? And here are a group of elephants close to the shore. Do you remember the elephant that was behind the pot of hippos? Well, it's now going back on land, and the only way to get there is to swim. I have actually made an entire short video of this elephant swimming on shore, so you can look it up. Chobe National Park has the largest concentration of elephants in all of Africa. You will find large herds gathering on the riverbanks almost daily. And while we are watching the elephants, I will tell you something you need to consider if you want to come here. Chobe lies in a high-risk malaria zone, so they advise to take anti-malarial medication. Extra safety measures that should be adhered to are using insect repellent containing at least, I think, 30% DEET and covering up in the evening. Good lodges and hotels have mosquito nets around the beds, and in the Chobe Lodge restaurant where I was having dinner, waiters give you a spray if insects are bothering you, which was really welcome, I have to say. Also, another thing to consider that is not really talked or written about very much is tsetse fly. A major tsetse fly infestation hit Chobe National Park in the early 1940s, but the fly is endemic here. A bite by the blood-sucking tsetse fly is often painful and can develop into a red sore, also called a cancer. Fever, severe headaches, irritability, extreme fatigue, swollen lymph nodes, and aching muscles and joints are common symptoms of sleeping sickness, which results from the tsetse bite. Some people develop a skin rash, and some people die. So you should seek immediate medical attention if bitten by the fly. The bite is quite painful and symptoms appear. If untreated, that can lead to a coma and be fatal. And treatments include taking anti-parasitic drugs, so it is treatable. So just be aware, it doesn't necessarily mean that you cannot come here and that you will get sick or whatever, but you do need to consider those things before coming here, I think. Do you hear the noise? Almost barking? That is baboons. That baboon is warning the others in his or her group, saying, "Hey, danger, pay attention." And from what we have seen previously, but I don't have it on video, there are lions on the shore of the river, so that's probably the reason. And baboons are very smart social animals, also very annoying. I'm not very fond of them. I was almost attacked by baboons some years ago because they were used to picking up garbage from garbage cans in the parking lot, and I wanted to throw something out, and the group of baboons were eagerly waiting there, getting uncomfortably close to me. So yeah, they are smart, they are aggressive, and they can be dangerous if they associate food with people. So that's why it's always very stupid to feed the wildlife or to leave garbage unattended or unsecured, I should say. And here we have elephants again. Chobe is basically, as I mentioned, a kingdom of elephants in Africa. And this is kind of a site that not many people associate with elephants. Elephants being in the river, knee deep in the water and eating. It's kind of very nice sight. It's a shame that they are being poached so viciously in many countries, and they basically cannot survive without the support from their local governments, community, and many NGOs also are helping them to survive. And if there is water, in tropical Africa, the chances are that there are hippos. And of course, there are many hippos in the Chobe River. So it's kind of almost a given that if you go by boat and spend a couple hours on the water, at least you will see several of them, possibly many. So as the sun goes down, we have to go back, not necessarily because it is mandatory, like it is in some game parks or most of the game parks in Africa, but because we wouldn't see anything after dark. So I think it was a pretty good trip. I just want to say when I came there first and I asked how much the trip is, they said $100. So that was something that I didn't necessarily was excited about. So I asked in the guest house for help, and they called them and they secured a ticket for $50 for me. So that was great, and it pays off to talk to the people in the hotel or in the guest houses because they are locals and they have connections, they have their way, they have basically local knowledge. So anyway, as the sun goes down, this is the end of the trip for today. I hope you liked the video. Thank you for your time. Thank you for watching. Thank you for comments. Take care and goodbye.